evening, everyone. Hello. He said my name, so you know my name's Emily. And so I was asked to share a Bible verse, and one that's been meaningful in my life. And that's kind of like a hard question to ask of me because there's a lot of Bible verses that are meaningful to me and that have been meaningful throughout my life. But the verse that I chose to share tonight is John 15:16 through 17, and that says, "You didn't choose me, remember I chose you, and put you in the world to bear fruit, fruit that won't spoil. As fruit bearers, whatever you ask the Father in relation to me, he gives you. But remember the root command, love one another." So, a friend of my grandfather gave me this verse a while ago, and it's given me a lot to strive for, and that's how it's been meaningful in my life. When I studied it, I looked closely at the verse and I realized there's basically like 4 main parts that it like shares, and they're all different from each other, and that's pretty much why I liked it so much, because it talks about how it says, "You didn't choose me, remember I chose you," which pretty much means that God chose us first, and that since we're not our own, we're supposed to live for him. And so that's how I think of it whenever I hear that, and that's why I like that part so much. And then the second part, which talks about bearing fruit. So what that means, they're supposed to bear fruit that won't spoil, and fruit that won't spoil is kind of like fruit of the Spirit, which means that as Christians we're supposed to show, like, you know, the fruit of the Spirit, which means love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And so that just kind of reminds you, you know, to do that. And then the third part talks about how whatever you ask the Father in relation to him, like he gives you, which makes sense because whenever we ask for things like ourselves and what we want, that obviously we don't always get it, but if it's according to like God's will, you'll get it because it's what he has planned for your life. And so I like that part, so it reminds me not to think of like myself, but like what God has and how he use me in every way, you know? And then the last part is just like quickly like added on, it's John 17, and then it says that to love everyone. And so that part is just kind of like nice little like call to action, or like something to remind you that you have to show love. And I love this verse, and it's been meaningful to me because I can remember it and I can know if I'm living for God the way he wants me to. And so tonight I hope that everyone feels encouraged by this verse, because if you have the desire to live for God, you don't have to wonder how you can live for him, because he tells you in certain ways, and in this verse and in a whole bunch of other little verses you can find throughout the Bible. And so that's pretty much why I like it and why it's been meaningful to me. And yeah, thank you.